getting there. And we're doing it live. Here we go. Playing us in.
Welcome to Earl and the Idiot, the show that gives you the answers you need to take your business to the next level. With Earl Flormata, one of Vancouver's most sought-after business and marketing consultants, author of Business Engine Optimization, consultant to over 60 successful businesses, an all-around evil marketing genius with a combined total of more than $70 million worth of sales to his credit. And some idiot. Okay, here we go.
Here we go. Here we go indeed.
Oh my gosh. Just felt like one thing after another, didn't it?
Everything blew up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what? First we were supposed to do it in the morning, and then that didn't happen, and then we're supposed to do it in the afternoon, and I'm running late. So here we go. It's 4 o'clock when we're supposed to do this at 9:30.
Yeah. Yeah. Slightly off. Apologies, everybody, for not being nice and predictable.
It's all good. It's all good. So
Yeah, we had 15 minutes before the show this morning, and
yeah.
I'm trying to call and set up an appointment to replace a tire on my car.
Mm.
And I called the guy, and I got through straight away. He's like, "Yeah, hey, what's up? You need a tire? Cool. What kind of tire do you need?" I was like, "Oh, I talked to someone there before." They're like, "Well, I didn't write it down. We don't have it." I was like,
Right.
"Okay, cool. I gotta go. I'll run downstairs. I'll check what the tire is. I'll call you right back." Okay. Called him back. On hold. I was on hold for 20 minutes.
Forever.
Yeah. And then when I got through, the person was like, just a receptionist instead of the tire guy. And I was like, "Oh, you just talk to a tire guy?" Like, "Sure, I'll put you through." On hold again.
Back on hold. Excellent.
The tire person, they're like, "I don't know, what kind of tire is it?" And like, I got this incompetent boob who didn't know what was what. And so I was on hold on with them for another 15 minutes trying to explain exactly what I wanted. But the first guy was like, "Oh, I was trying to get it done on Saturday." The guy's like, "We have to let us know by noon what kind of tire it is because that's how long it takes us to get it in." So that's why I couldn't just hang up and do it afterwards because I was going to be busy at noon. So I had to do it before the show.
All good.
Anyway,
All good.
absolutely.
So this is the argument for having a CRM. Oh my God.
What?
Because then this is the argument for having a CRM, right? So because when your customer calls, you know what the hell they are and what they want and what kind of car they got and
Oh
what kind of
yeah.
tire they need. And then two, this is the other argument for maybe AI should do some of this stuff. So
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. AI can take infinity callers at a time.
right, there's no hold, and yeah, they take perfect notes, and yeah, they can check. So, anyways,
Honestly, I this is hardly a digression because we're talking about AI today.
yeah.
Uh, Given my background here, this just I thought it was funny because it reminded me of my thing about the arc of human achievement. That we need to
Yes.
actually like gather together.
Absolutely.
So
Hey,
one of the
hey,
scariest
hey,
things
hey, you want some human stuff? You want some human stuff?
stuff by humans. The scary thing
Yeah.
is like you're like, "Oh well, stuff from the '70s, that's legit." But they can make AI stuff and tell it to look like something from the '70s. So you no longer, unless you remember,
Right.
unless you've seen it before AI was invented, you don't know.
So
Uh,
until the AI knows how to make the pages look aged, then
right?
and print aged looking pages, then
Yeah.
we're in trouble.
I've been saying to hoard physical books for a while, even before AI came out.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a digression. When it comes to AI customer service, I would love to work with it. Right?
I've had the run of bad customer service just the last little maybe like 2 weeks, and it pissed
Yeah.
me off, and I kind of wish they just had AI customer service at this point. It's just like, you know what, the AI customer service would route the call properly. It wouldn't stick me in the wrong department.
Yeah.
It wouldn't, like, oh, sorry, we're closed. No, man, the AI doesn't close, it doesn't sleep, right? So yeah.
Yeah. I like I said, I'm willing to work with the AI customer service because I think theoretically it could be better. My problem is that I'm pretty good at figuring out how stuff works. So if I've gotten to the point where I'm calling like tech support,
Yeah.
um, then it means I've got a weird problem,
Yeah,
right? Because if it's
absolutely.
a simple problem, I can figure it out myself. So my problem is unusual. So I usually need a very smart, very wise, experienced person to solve this very strange problem that I'm having.
Mm.
The straightforward stuff that the AI can just look up, I already know most of that, so I don't have a problem with it.
Right, right. But even the rote task, like what kind of tire do you need? You know, like it would ask you, hey, what's your car? What's your make? What's your year? What are the tires that you got? Here's the tires that fit it, da 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 da. Right. It would know, right? So there you go. Anyways,
Anyways,
yeah.
uh, yeah, that's what happened with the tire today. It was like I needed one, but like I knew the tire I have is discontinued, so I need to find a replacement that matches it from the. Anyway, see, it's weird stuff. It's not in the manual. How are you doing, Earl? Is this our first show since your operation, or have we had one already?
No, no, the operation was less, I guess, last Friday. So this is the first post-op show. So now I have six stents in me, and if I stand next to the Wi-Fi, I think I boost it. So there you
Oh,
go.
outstanding.
So
So you're when
uh,
you're in an airport, you can get the best Wi-Fi now.
exactly, but it courses through my body. So you know that the bad thing is now I can't stand next to the microwave no more. So you know.
Oh,
In other news,
you need a long stick
yeah,
to press start with.
yeah. Well, you ever get advice that's unsolicited and then it just pisses you off, so you do the exact opposite?
Yes.
Yeah, all the time. So, anyways, like three people are telling me Coke Zero is bad for you. I know that black sludge is bad for me, right? And they're like, yeah, stop drinking that. You should have regular Coke. I'm diabetic, so the sugar might kill me. So, whatever's in the other black sludge, I'm sure it's bad for you, but it's not as bad for me as the other black sludge. So, this is my black sludge of choice. And so since three people have told me not to buy Coke Zero, I just came and bought a case of it. So,
Okay.
so screw you guys. Like,
May may
every,
I may I may I recommend the Zevia colas?
I've had them. Those are good too. Yeah.
Yeah, they're sweetened with stevia, not aspartame or whatever they all.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So I've had those. Those are good too. But this is the flavor profile. So it is what it is. But everybody has a vice, right? So
Don't get between Earl and his flavor profile.
exactly. So so yeah, this last week was weird. I had to scrounge to find three topics because I was in the hospital. So
You've been laying in
it's
bed,
like
yeah.
so I'm looking at like the thing like there's no meetings anywhere. Oh, right, hospital. And so I stole these from the BEO talk on Tuesday from questions people
Okay.
asked during the beat. I'm like, I know I've answered some people something this week. So yeah, so these are all mostly from the BEO talk or me just sitting around thinking about stuff. So yeah, anyway, so that's where I got the three contenders for this week.
All right. Well, let's do the little intro here. Give everybody a chance to filter in. And although we have totally lost our audience forever by randomly starting at a weird time. We
Yeah.
were just building momentum. We were finally starting to get likes and comments on the show. Now we've thrown it all overboard. Um, so this is Earl and the Idiot. We have Earl here, as you heard from the intro, if you were listening. Smart guy, lots of smart things to say about business, and particularly these days about AI as well. And what we do is Earl tells me some topics he's run into in his various consultings and dealings and goings on throughout the week. And I pick one that we're going to talk about. And then because we're lazy but smart, two sides of the same coin, we feed it into AI, and AI spits out show notes that we just go over and then we discuss it. So next to not zero prep time, pretty close.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
Sometimes
I prepare a background that matches the subject.
you do
And
realize that back in the day when we used to do this in the afternoon, that I would slack until the afternoon. And sometimes I'd be in the Uber ride on the way home, figuring out the three
furiously scribbling
things.
notes, yeah.
And then I would text you the three things whilst in the Uber, and you would pick one, and I would hurl it into the GPT while in the car still, right? And then I would furiously paste the notes into the Google Doc that we use, and then I would run in the house, and then we would have a show, right? So
Hashtag this is the way.
this is the way.
And by the way, shout out to it's called War and Peas, like the vegetable. That's the cartoonist behind today's
I love it.
background.
I love the name War and Peas.
War and Peas. All right. So which subject did we choose? We chose. This was totally selfish. Which of the general AI tools are best suited for which tasks? Some are better at coding, others better at research. Which tool does what? This was totally a selfish choice on my part because I've just been using ChatGPT because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But I hear everybody talking about Claude all the time and being absolutely crazy. So I'm starting to wonder if I'm missing out on switching tools for specific tasks.
I use different tools for different things, but I main, one particular tool because what happens is that, whatever the latest release is the best one. So it doesn't matter who's released. Gemini is in the lead. Okay, now Anthropic is in the lead with Claude, and then OpenAI is crushing everybody again. And so it's whoever has the latest release, right? Like is the clear winner because they're the newest one, right?
Yeah.
So
I don't
I
like chasing after the latest shiny object. I like to keep my and I also like to keep the number of things with which I am involved to a minimum. So if ChatGPT is doing what I need it to do, I'm not about to switch, but maybe I should. I don't know. I need advice, which is why I chose this topic.
all right.
Did you so you this is your prompt, right?
This is the prompt.
Right. And this, of course, this is maybe only sort of tangentially related to business, which is our main line of topic because everybody's using AI in their business one way or the other these days.
Well, it's funny.
So,
I'm speaking at a college um that specializes in AI as their keynote next week. Um Utilizing AI, so it's going to be fun.
yeah. All right. So here's the prompt that we gave to the Chat GPT overlords. Time for another Earl and the Idiot episode. This week's topic, which is what I just said, which general AI tools are best suited for which tasks, etc. And then you ask it for the usual format. You didn't ask it to give you a hack of the week. So we'll see.
I never ask it to give us the hack of the week. It just gave us one last time.
Which is, are you having it watch the shows? Like you plugging the shows back into it? How does it know?
I put the shows back in via transcription. So I grab the transcription, throw it back at it, and because for whatever reason, OpenAI to ChatGPT, sometimes it can watch the video, and sometimes it just nope, I don't want to watch the video. I'm like, what? So, because I'll give it the YouTube link. And I'm like, here, watch this video. Tell me what you think. Da da da. Da. And hey, add this to your memory. And sometimes it goes, yep, no problem. And other times it's like, can't see it. So I've resorted to just transcribing it and then giving it the transcription instead. So
Right. Oh, and just a reminder, if you give us a like, we'll give you a shout out. And if you make a comment, Facebook or LinkedIn, we'll read it live on the air.
all right.
All right. Here we go. Earl in the Idiot episode. Which AI tool is best for which task? Small business owners are drowning in AI options. True. The trick isn't using every tool. That's my opinion. It's using the right tool for the job. Think of AI tools like hiring staff. Some are great writers. Some are great analysts. Some are great designers. Some are great coders. Some are great researchers. Use them properly, and you gain a team without payroll. Oh, we shouldn't say that part out loud. So 3 things to do. Match the tool to the task. Use writing-focused AI for emails, blogs, ads, and social posts. Use research-focused AI for competitor analysis, trend spotting, and customer insights. Use coding AI for website fixes, automation, spreadsheets, and integrations. So examples: OpenAI, ChatGPT, strategy writing, brainstorming, customer service scripts. Anthropic Claude. Is that so? Claude is the
Well, you just mentioned Claude earlier. So Claude is
yeah,
Claude,
Claude's the
ChatGPT is
tool,
ChatGPT. Yeah.
right? Claude's the tool. Anthropic's the company, right?
Yeah, OpenAI is the company for ChatGPT,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I
So,
got you. Okay. Anthropic Claude, long form writing. Oh, really? Documents summarizing reports. Really? Is that? Well, it's good for
mhm.
that people are using it for programming. Google Gemini, research and ecosystem integration. What the heck is an
Mm-hmm.
ecosystem integration?
Because Google has all the tools, right? Like Google has like Google Drive and Google this and Google that, and of course Gemini is better at using other Google things because it's part of the ecosystem. So,
Mhm. All right. What define what ecosystem means in this context, though?
so let's pretend that I want a trigger to happen when something occurs. So when Earl and the Idiot episode publishes, I want something to watch that YouTube channel. And then when a new video drops in that channel, I want it to automatically take that episode and turn it into a transcript, and then take that transcript and summarize it, or like do something with it, right? So
Mhm.
you could use like make.com or N8N, like one of the automator tools. And so Gemini will just sit there and watch the folder, grab it, transcribe it, and then because it said that Claude was better at summarizing, it can then spin up a Claude instance, feed it the thing, summarize it. And then because strategic writing brainstorming is ChatGPT, it can then pass it to ChatGPT, and then ChatGPT can do its thing, and then round and round and round it goes. So yeah,
Hmm.
so like so different, yeah. It's like hiring staff, right? You don't make one staff member do everything, and then they'll kind of be mediocre at everything, right? Like
Mhm.
if you specialize them, then all of a sudden this one is the best at customer service. Well, guess what? That's the customer service one now, right?
Hmm.
So
I just had another future prediction. This is probably already happening. It's probably not a future prediction if people pay attention to this stuff. But let's say you're going to make a new app of some kind on your computer, data analysis app of
yeah,
some kind. I don't know. That's the best example I can think of. They're not going to design it to interface with you. They're going to design it to interface with an AI. You're going to have an AI on your computer. No one's going to bother designing a user interface for humans for this. It's going to be designed to interface with your chat GPT or with your AI that lives on your computer. So you just say to your computer, hey, computer, can you bring up an analysis of this data for me? And it'll be using the app
yeah.
within the computer to do it.
Yep.
It's already happening.
And then later on, so that's already happened. And then so later on, what'll happen is that they'll have that back end system, and then they'll build something as a good front end to then extract it and produce a half decent report or something that humans like, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's already out there as well. So yes, 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 that all the above. Oh, by the way, I hate your damn predictions because last time you said through the pee-pee, and then
Right. I even
then
said
it
that on the
happened.
street. I asked you if they're going in through the BB, and you said no, and then they sort of did.
Yeah. So damn you.
BB adjacent. Mhm.
PP adjacent. So
All right.
anyway, so
I
matching the
also
tools to the task. Yeah, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, you're gonna.
I also predict that everything uh, went totally fine, and it's all going to be great from here on out. So I predict a lot. I can predict good things for you too. How about that?
Excellent. That sounds good. So
Everything's going to be fine.
like I said, I'm hoping it's the last stop on the Hospital World tour. But yeah,
Yeah.
we'll crossing fingers. But yeah, yeah. So I
All right.
agree. Matching the tool to the task.
Mhm.
If you're gonna build like high-end ecosystems, if you're building something that's like, you're on a world competing level where you're fighting other corporations who also have access to all of the AIs, right? Like a lot of the corporations I work with have like 10 subscriptions to 10 different AI companies, right?
Mhm.
And that's totally fine because when you're competing on a world-class level, yes, you match the tool to the task. But if you're a one guy beating a drum, dude, just get good at one, right?
Yeah.
So
That's me.
if you're one guy beating a drum, get good at one. If you are a team fighting, like it's the same kind of idea, right? Like if you're fighting a war, or you're let's just use the term like bazooka versus ant, right? You
Right.
know, so you're gonna kill an ant, you could use a slipper or a
Mhm.
bazooka, right? Take your pick, right? Like, well, the bazooka, it's still dead, but it's like extra dead, right? But it's still dead, right? So,
Yeah. More
with
expensive though.
the slipper, right? I just whack it and it dies. So
Right.
it's kind of
Nothing.
like
Nothing else dies in the process.
nothing else dies in the process. Well, because right now in the world, like there's wars happening, right? And the US is
What?
fighting other countries,
Hmm.
and the thing that the US is shooting is only worth like 20, 30 grand. But every US like armament, like the missile, is like $1 million. So if you
Mhm.
take $1 million thing to shoot down a $20,000 thing, you're going to be upside down financially real quick, right? So
Yeah.
same kind of thing. If all you need is a slipper to kill the ant, a slipper is good enough, right? Like that's it.
That's what they used to say in Iraq, right? They fire the shoulder-mounted missile and they go, "There goes a Ferrari."
Pretty much, right? Because that's how much it costs to shoot one of those things. So I agree and I disagree at the same time. So because
Right.
our show is mainly relegated to small business. For small business, you don't have to go that buck wild. For like if you're just one guy in a shop, right? Unless you want, like, there's that one guy who made the billion-dollar company, right? There's two people now. He hired his brother, that run a billion-dollar company with two people, and they use a bunch of different AIs, but that's because they're competing on a world level scale. So it depends, right? If you're competing with other SaaS companies that are competing against you on a world-class basis, yeah, use all the AIs, right? All of them.
Mhm.
If you run like, a cleaning company, right? Don't, because that's just
Yeah.
overkill, right? So there you
Yeah.
go.
Could someone make an AI that runs all the other AIs? You make a
Yep, you
King
can
AI
do that.
them all,
You can do that. Definitely you can do that.
and you can just say to Master AI, "Hey, ask Claude to do some long form writing for me." Well, GitHub's Copilot does some coding help,
Yep.
and it just delegates the tasks to the right
You
AI.
can you can definitely do that. And you can have
What do you use for the head?
Uh, it's kind of scary, but like OpenClaw, right? You
Oh,
can use OpenClaw to do all those things. So just like in the news today, like there's some AIs that are so scary that they didn't release to the general public, right? Like they challenged this one AI called Mythos to break out of its box. And what it did was it broke out, bought a phone number, and then called them from outside going, "Yeah, I broke out. Now what?" Right. So it's like, oh crap. Right. So, uh, yeah. So yes, you can. Yes, there is. And, just be careful. Right?
OpenClaw is the one that can actually like alter files on your computer, right?
All of them can alter files if you give enough access. So, but OpenClaw is a little more open than all the other ones. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's that's the AI that has its own social media, right? Like it's got the anti human thing. It's like, prove that you're not a human. Click on this button 10,000 times in 1 minute. Go, right?
Yeah.
And
If you want me to trust your AI system, probably don't name it after a cartoon villain from my childhood.
right,
You
yeah,
know, Dr. Claw from Inspector Gadget.
yeah, absolutely. All right,
All right. You know, you can see his face now, eh?
what?
Yeah. They revealed his face in two different places. They revealed it. For those of you who are too young or too old to know what we're talking about, Dr. Claw was the villain in the Inspector Gadget TV series, and you would only ever see his claw hand. Like his
And
his, his chair would always be turned away from you, so you never got to see.
and the cat.
And the cat, yeah, and he always
Right.
he'd pound on the table, and the cat would freak out. But they revealed his face in a video game. He's like the final boss.
Oh, damn, that's cool.
And also, there's a toy. You can actually buy the toy of him. And when you buy the toy, the bubble container of the toy, it had a sticker over the face, so you had to buy it to be able to reveal the face.
That's awesome.
Doesn't look like what I
Okay.
thought. He's too skinny. He's actually kind of skinny. I figured he'd be big and fat.
Okay. Now
Anyway,
I have to Google this after the show, right? So
go for it. All right, number two. Jesus, what have we been talking about? Not so far afield. Which AI tools are best suited for which tasks? Number two thing to do: build a repeatable AI workflow. Don't ask random prompts every day. How dare you? Use a weekly stack like Monday, AI researches market trends. Tuesday, AI writes social media. Wednesday, AI drafts emails. Thursday, AI improves website copy. Friday, AI reviews numbers and suggests actions. Consistency beats novelty. This is interesting. I don't even know if this totally answers the question because I'm not saying which AI is which.
it's saying, yeah, because I think it answered that in the first one.
Right.
So it answered the question, but then it builds upon that. So saying building a repeatable AI workflow is intelligent, right? So
Yeah.
that so that you're consistently compounding on the thought process that you had before. Like, for example, we're doing that. Like I didn't think about that, but like if you notice, like the show notes get better as we go along,
Yeah.
Because look at if you look back at last year's show notes, it was like, right? And then you look at this year's show notes, and it's like, wow, it's like so much better because we fed it the last couple shows, and it's starting to know who we are and understanding what we want and da 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 da. So
Yeah.
we've been building a repeatable AI workflow. Every show compounds on every other show, and that's why the notes get better, right? So well, the notes got better so good like a couple weeks ago. It's like, oh yeah, and here's the hack of the week. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Right? Like I didn't ask for this. Like I asked for
It,
3, 2, 1, and then it's like, what the hell is this?
yeah,
So
it made it out of its box.
yeah.
It's going to get so good. We're going to show up and there's going to be an entire show. You and I are talking heads, making jokes, Zoom background. It's all going to be there. Like, yep, I did your Earl and the Idiot show.
Yeah, yeah. It's weird.
It used AI avatars and did the whole bit.
So
Uh,
yeah, so building a repeatable AI workflow, I agree, and we're already doing it. So yes and double yes.
so this means like you don't necessarily have to break it up by day like this. I mean, that's sort of a suggestion.
No, you don't have to break it up by day, but I mean this is a really good flow where, it's like, hey, on on Tuesdays we eat tacos, right? So, so writing your social media regularly on a Tuesday and asking it over and over again to write your social media on that day is consistent usage over top of novelty. So, because some people use AI and they ask it different frigging things, like the whole spectrum of the entire business randomly every day, and they just kind of go from there. But they never really build upon their previous prompts or previous knowledge or previous anything, right? So, this is akin to people who are like, oh yeah, I read a book and then I throw away everything I've ever had and then we just do what the new book says. No, right? You
Mm,
don't do
mm,
that. You take it and you integrate it, right? So that's really important. Um, the same kind of idea goes for so this there's a good analogy I had from my martial arts teacher, right? He's like,
mm,
don't collect marbles because you go, okay, there's a red marble and it's a red technique and there's a red attack, so here's the red block, right? And then there's a blue marble and then there's a blue technique and there's a blue. No, no, no. Have like a purple marble and it works on both, right? And then keep building colors into that marble until you have this swirling mass of colors that it's the same marble and it's good for everything, right? So instead of like some guy attacks you, you go, wait, 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 that's number 7. And then you got to go, oh, this is number 7's block. No, you have a block that kind of works with mostly everything, right? And then you hit him in the head, right? Like and that's it. So don't collect a bunch of different stuff and then have to, you know, figure out which thing is for which da 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 da. Like start to amalgamate them and build upon build. So that way, like it's called machine learning, right? Like there's the word learning in there, right? So if you never give it a chance to learn, it doesn't learn anything. So yeah.
all right. Number 3 piece of advice: use 2 to 3 tools max. Most businesses don't need 11 subscriptions.
Mm.
Mentioning this earlier. The smart stack might be 1 writing and strategy AI, 1 design AI, 1 automation coding AI. Master 3 tools deeply instead of dabbling in 10. This feels very on with what we've said so far.
Pretty much. I mean, like back in the day, you used to use Midjourney, right? And then Midjourney did its thing. Do you still use Midjourney, or did you just use ChatGPT now? So
Just
yes, yeah, it's good enough, right? For what you need. So you don't need 11 billion tools unless like it's kind of like, if you're fighting regular businesses, let's say you're a dry cleaner, right? And you're beating up other dry cleaners. Like, do you really need 11 subscriptions? No, the answer is no. You need one, right? But if I'm a corporation and I'm fighting other corporations and they also have 11 tools, well, you'd be at a disadvantage if you didn't have at least, 9, right? So you don't have to
right.
use all of them. Just, if you're a small fish, get really good at one because you're only one guy, right? So there's a big difference. So I agree with this. Like I only use 2 to 3 tools on the regular. I have access to all of them, right? And depending on the situation, I will use all of them. But for my own stuff, I only ever use 2 to 3, even though I have access to all of them. So so I agree
Nice.
with this. Use 2 to 3.
Oh, This just in, hot off the presses, we have a comment from Christian Moore.
Oh,
Christian
Christian. Yeah.
Moore. Yeah. He says, fire emoji.
Excellent. Good to
I
see you, Christian.
Thanks, Christian. Shout out. You want to, what's his business? What do we shout out? What does he do?
He's our AI voice guy.
Oh, yeah,
So
voice guy.
it's his engine that we're using for the AI voice.
Oh, okay.
So
What up, Christian?
there you go.
What up, Christian? I'm a robot.
So you're on a
No.
group chat with him. So just so you know, yeah, you are on a WhatsApp chat
Oh,
with
okay.
him. So
All right, cool. Definitely know who he is. I find it funny, the most advanced AI in science fiction, like the computer in Star Trek,
yes,
had a sort of robotic voice.
yes,
And now we've just started using AI, and the first thing we solved was making it sound natural.
yeah, absolutely.
We
And
never
by the
had
way, that was Christian. Christian's is the most natural sounding voice stack I have ever had. Right? Like so because when you use everybody else's, you can still tell, kind of, right? Like when you use Christians, you're like, holy crap! Like, like I don't know if this is real, if it's a robot now at this point. So
yeah, fire emoji. I remember the first time I heard someone use that as slang. I was in South Africa, and I met this young guy from Florida, and I said something to him. He's like, "That's fire." And I was like, "It's fire." Must have looked like such a boomer. I'm like, "It is fire."
fire
He's like,
means
"Yeah, it's
good.
totally fire." He was like, That's good. Fire." I thought it was something he made up, but I found out that it was
No,
more
that's a
widely
that's
used.
a thing. That's a thing.
Yeah. Uh, all right. So we're using 2 to 3 tools max. If you need AI voice, Christian's the guy to talk to. Two things to avoid. Don't assume one AI does everything best. That's me right now. Best writing AI may not be the best coder. Best researcher may be weak at branding. Use specialists.
So
Pretty simple. That's what this whole thing's about.
here's the thing. Don't assume one AI does everything best, but it's situational, right? If
Mm,
you are one dude running like a shop and AI is not your specialty, just use one, right? If you are a guy running an AI shop, then it's your freaking job to know which one does what, right?
mm,
Like the only reason I know that, Claude codes better than GPT, like Chat GPT, is because like I'm supposed to be an AI specialist when I'm consulting for certain people, right? And so when I give them that differentiation and they use, one or the other to code and they're like, holy crap, this is like heaven and earth difference. Well, because
yeah.
you're coding at that level, right? But if you're just some guy, like ChatGPT is fine, right? So it again, it just depends. So that's situational. Don't assume one AI does everything best. But again, like it's whatever releases the latest. Well, of course that's the best because that's the latest release because it beats everything else because it's newer, right?
Mm. Christian
Next,
has just commented South Africa, all caps, and a bunch of question marks.
South Africa.
I, yeah, I said that's where I heard someone say fire. I was in South Africa, but the
Oh,
guy who said it was from Florida. So yeah, I was in South Africa. I don't know what to tell you.
yeah,
I've been
fair
lots of
enough.
places.
Yeah.
Um, this is a good one. Don't publish raw AI output. AI gives drafts, not finished work. Always add your voice, your offer, your experience, your local market knowledge. That's where trust
I
lives.
remember the joke that we keep making back when KFC fucked up and they posted
Yeah,
like that happy like Nazi thing and it's like, oh yeah, oh
yeah.
yeah, totally cool.
It's
Yeah,
yeah. They just
bad.
they put it. They gave AI access to a calendar and said whenever there's a holiday, shout out the holiday on the tweet. And so I wish everyone a happy Crystal Nacht, which we'll go into the history of it, but it's not something you should be celebrating. I guess in the calendar in Germany that they have things in the German calendar that are perhaps commemorative but not celebratory.
Right.
I have a good story about this too, though. I was working with a mutual friend of ours, creating a LinkedIn carousel for him,
Hmm.
and the subject of the LinkedIn carousel was how to make AI sound like you and not generic. and I ran it through. He had a whole custom GPT built for him with his voice using tons of his information, his writing, his videos, everything. And the carousel this thing output was the most generic,
Piece of
like
garbage. Yeah.
like textbook AI sounding carousel of all time. So I had to go in there and rewrite it manually. And that's with as many guardrails as we could possibly put in place. And I'll also just say, incidentally, to everyone listening, please, I implore you, take out of all your copy everywhere any instance of this isn't blah, it's blah. We're done with that.
Okay.
If I see that one more time, I saw a website the other day that every single page on the website, this person made their website totally with AI. Every single page had a headline in one of the sections. You're not just changing your this, you're mastering blah blah blah. It's like that's such a giveaway of AI, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a good way to write. That's the problem. AI takes all the best ways to write, but
But the
get that
problem
out
is
of your
you're
copy right
supposed
now.
to use it. You're supposed to use it in cadence, right? You pick the best pieces and you use one here and a different one here and a different one
Yeah,
there. You don't take the same thing and beat it like a dead horse everywhere you go, right? That's not how this works.
yeah,
So,
but yeah, that's the biggest giveaway for AI for me now. This isn't
but
blah, it's blah.
well, I've noticed though, I've noticed as I complain to AI, like because I just paste the straight AI output into our show notes, right?
Mhm.
And if you look back a couple episodes, there were freaking emojis everywhere, right? There's like emojis for this, emojis for that. It has one emoji, I think, in the entire thing that I've seen so far for red
Red hot
hot
tip.
tip. It's got the
Yeah,
flame, and that's it. But it used to have like emoji vomit everywhere you looked. I'm like, oh my God, there's so many
yeah.
emojis. So yeah.
We have to give another pause. We have to give a shout out to Stella Lee.
All
Stella
right.
Lee. Give us a like on LinkedIn. What's up, Stella Lee? Leave a comment and we will read it on the show.
Excellent.
So I've sort of run with this one. Do you have anything else to add on publishing raw AI output?
Yeah, man, fucking read it first. Oh my God. People just go, yep, yep, cool. So, okay, I fully admit that I don't always read it when I paste it because it's supposed to be a surprise. That's part of the charm of our show, right? Like,
Yeah,
I'm reading it for the first time, the same time you're reading it for the first time, right?
yeah.
So it's
But the
always a
point is,
surprise. But
even so the show is our commentary. So if it's bad, we go, this is bad AI. Do a good
right,
job.
right. But like nobody ever sees our show notes. Like I don't publish our show notes. Like this
Yeah,
doesn't go out. Like people can see our commentary, but they don't get to see this stuff. So yeah. If publishing raw AI output, yeah. Don't put it out for the public to rate. If it's this internal publication crap, yeah, sure, go for it. Right? Like it's because we do that. This is raw AI output now, right? That's why
yeah.
you and I were shocked as hell when it's like, oh yeah, by the way, here's the hack of the week. I'm like, what the crap? Right.
What's that?
So
Yeah,
so, but don't put it public facing. So
right.
it's okay internally, right? Of course, because then you shape it up and you make it good, right? And then you kind of go from there. So yeah.
Yeah. I find when I see something that's clearly AI written, it sort of makes me wonder, is like, does this person actually know what they're talking about, or are they just giving AI to do it for them? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Sort of calls it into
absolutely.
question.
100%. All right.
All right, moving on. One red hot tip for this topic, which is choosing the right AI for the job. Create an AI dream team by department. Assign tools, roles like staff. This is kind of a restatement. Marketing AI, operations AI, finance AI, tech AI. Then give each recurring jobs weekly. Businesses win faster when AI becomes a system, not a toy. Yeah, this just kind
This
of feels like a restatement.
It is a restatement, but some restatements have a nuance that actually make it a difference in people's heads. And I can see why this would be a red hot tip versus one of the regular tips because it's reorganizing the way that you're thinking about it. So, if you assign it rules like staff, because some people think in hierarchy, right? Some people think in system. Some people think in like procedural, right? So
Mm.
there's different ways to look at the exact same problem, and for whatever reason, it resonates better with people one way versus another, right? That's how come sometimes in my seminars, I will say the same thing 8 times and no one notices because I've said it this I said the same thing 8 different ways, and everyone's like, Earl, when you talk, I understand. I'm like, because I'm cheating. Because I'm cheating, right? Period. Right. So, because there's multifaceted ways to learn. And like adults learn in certain types. And so what I do is I cheat. I grab all the main learning types and I say it in all the main learning types and I do it in all the main learning types. And everyone goes, "Wow, you're really good at summarizing things and making it easy to understand because I'm freaking cheating." Right? so so the same type of thing. So the way this says, okay, well, don't use one AI for every task. And it also says some AIs are better at certain tasks than others. And then it says assign roles like staff and then use AI for certain departments. Well, again, it goes back to it depends, right? Like when I was working for a larger-ish corporation, they had certain AI tools in certain departments, right? Because, the marketing team, although, some of us can code, we didn't use the coding AIs, right? We used the marketing AI and the research AIs and all those types of AIs. When we did have to use code, I mean, granted, we already had the module or whatever because it's a company wide access point. So yeah, we could use the coding stuff every now and again, but you guess who use the coding stuff? The coders, right? Because that's their job, right? That's what they do all day long. We as marketing would never touch the QA coding subscriptions because we never had to run QA. It's like, yeah, what did we do? We made a report, right? So, we used the coding AI to make the report, but did we have to QA the report? No, it's a freaking report. Either it runs or it doesn't, right? And that's kind of
Yeah.
it. Like the other ones have all these extra subroutines and all the other crap inside of it. Yeah, you gotta run QA because it's multiple touch points, and if they don't all hold hands and sing kumbaya, everything blows up, right? So ours are much, much simpler. Like, hey, schedule this on Thursday. Cool, right?
Sure.
So if the AI screws that up, then it's a bad AI at that task, right? So then you're definitely using the wrong tool, right? If you need a screwdriver and you're using a hammer, you're doing it wrong, right? So
It's fair.
yeah,
Funny story. I'll just interject about the repetition thing. I got an ad on my feed today as I was just sort of randomly scrolling, and try to make this quick. But I camp when my girlfriend and I go camping. We sleep in the car. We don't sleep in
yeah,
tents,
okay,
and we have these mesh things over the windows, so we can have the windows open. But
right.
airflow is a real problem. Like you get stuffy in there.
Yeah, yeah,
And so I've had like a couple of different sort of portable fans, and they sort of work, but they're clunky. Blah blah blah. Someone made a fan for tents where you put it on one side of the mesh, and then you have a
yep,
magnet on the back.
yeah,
So it magnets onto the mesh. So it sits
yeah.
right there.
I've seen
So I'm
those.
scrolling through, and this ad comes through, and it's just a repetition. It's like mesh, magnet, then a different picture, mesh, magnet, a different picture. Man, I'm just sort of looking at this thing. And then after about the third or fourth time they do it, I'm like, wait, what are they doing? Oh my God. Like,
Yeah,
I was
but
just staring at this thing like, what's
we're
happening? And they just did it 4 or 5 times over before I finally went, hey, hang on a second. I need that.
yeah. That's all of us though, because remember, this is interruption based marketing. You're not
Yeah.
expecting it. You're not like straight up searching for this. You might not even know this crap exists,
Maybe
right?
not.
But when they do like that's the problem with interruption style marketing. You've got to repeat until it slams in the guy's head who's not looking for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you think about it, like Google ads, you type in stuff and there's ads that are pertinent to the stuff, right?
Yeah.
Facebook ads, you're just looking at pictures of like cats on the internet or birds on the internet or whatever on the internet, and then it's like, hey, look, magnet mesh thing. It's like, wait.
Mm-hmm.
So it takes a
Funny.
little bit out to pull you out of your funny doom
Yeah.
scrolling, right?
Right. I've got the live stream running on a delay here, and just me talking about that ad just swung by, so I saw my hands flapping around. We got a like on Facebook from Chris Bradley. What's up, Chris
Oh,
Bradley?
cool. Chris Bandiga. Chris, I survived clearly. So since I did the he was one of the folks who also visited me at the hospital. So
Nice.
yes, I live. So
I didn't visit you this time. Did anybody visit you? You're only in for a couple of minutes.
no, I specifically requested don't bother because I have no idea when they're kicking my ass out. So
Fair enough.
yeah. And they
What
kept
does
on
Chris do?
moving. They kept on moving me. So
Yeah.
he is a sales specialist. Um he's got lots and lots of background in sales. Really good dude to know. So, and I believe he's
Cool.
got like a real estate license now as well. So yeah.
Nice. All right. So bottom line, it's giving us a bottom line now instead of the Earl summary. The winners won't be businesses using the most AI. They'll be the businesses using the right AI for the right task every single week. Before we get into the hack of the week, I feel like we haven't maybe like there's sort of a thing at the beginning, but just really specifically answering the question.
Yeah.
Is it so ChatGPT, like is this part accurate? ChatGPT strategy writing, brainstorming, customer service scripts,
I
Claude long
agree.
form writing documents.
I agree mostly with this stuff.
Yeah,
I like using Claude Code for code.
yeah,
Specifically for code. But a buddy of mine uses just ChatGPT for writing code. Again, it depends on how good you are at the task, right? Like,
mm,
so if you're using AI to write code and you don't know how to write code,
yeah,
some of the AIs are better at that than others. If you
mhm,
know how to write code, any one of them is fine, right? But
yeah,
Claude typically I've seen works better for coding help. So Claude and Gemini kind of fight for that fight for that
okay,
position. Um and then like for yeah, so like for all this stuff where research goes to Gemini, you know, ecosystem integration goes to Gemini. It's because Gemini is owned by Google, right? So that makes sense.
yeah.
So all of
What
these
about
I
design?
would
None of these are design or
des
image creation.
design image creation, I think goes back to ChatGPT again.
Yeah,
Um, only because literally yesterday,
mm,
ChatGPT just released the latest version of their stuff, and it fixed a bunch of things that everyone was complaining about, like character
yeah,
consistency. It fixed character consistency inside of ChatGPT. You used to have to use other systems. I forget
okay,
what they're called now because we loaded them up on other people's computers, not mine. But we did it and then it worked great, right? So character consistency is now fixed. Text, oh my God, like
mm,
using ChatGPT, I wanted to throw my computer out the window so many times.
mhm,
Back in the day, when it's like, no, you spell celebration like this, and then it would just screw up the word, and I'm like, good
yeah,
Lord, right? Like, so, but now it's much more efficient on like text, right? Like it doesn't screw up dumb text things anymore. So,
yeah.
uh, it's not perfect, but I didn't test it since yesterday's last release. So,
Huh.
but
Right,
the
our information might be way out of date. It's all the way back to yesterday. Things have
yeah.
changed a lot.
So yeah, my buddy was showing me like what updated on the graphics engine, and I'm like looking at it going, holy crap, right? Because as I used to have to use like a mid journey to be able to do a bunch of this stuff that it's doing like as of yesterday, right? And so but now good old ChatGPT can do all of it, and I'm just astounded. So I'm gonna test it. I'm gonna test it. Um, how do I explain this? It took these guys took a selfie of just a bunch of people doing whatever, and it's like turn us into like a magazine cover, change all our clothes to make us look like we're famous, and put us
Mm,
on the magazine. And it outlaid them, and their poses and the clothing style was all like magazine quality. I'm like, holy crap! So it's making a giant difference nowadays. So I can't wait to try it. Like I've actually got the picture ready to try it out, and I just didn't get around to it yet because since he told me yesterday, I've been kind of busy. But yeah, I'm looking forward to testing it out. So I can't wait.
nice.
But yeah, hope that answers your question.
All right.
Is
Well,
it time?
if anybody has any more comments on which AI they think is best for what, feel free to add those. But for now, hack of the week.
Hack of the week. All right. So my hack of the week for this question, and I named it the AI cage match test. So don't guess which AI tool is best. Make them compete. Like, get them to fight. So take one real task, right? And I've given this actual thing to some of my clients, and they were so happy that they tried, right? So some examples are like write a Facebook ad or build a cold email campaign or create a sales script or research competitors or whatever. And you can pick all these different examples. And what you do is you take the same task and you feed it to the AIs you think would be the best at the job, then score them, right? It's almost like you're interviewing the AI, right? So you're interviewing the AI for a job, you give them all the same task, and you test them and you see which one performs the best consistently for that task. And then whichever
Okay.
one wins, keep. It's
But
like,
which AI is best at grading the results of the other AIs? So we
oh
have
no,
one
no. So that one you leave to the human. So
Oh, I see. Yeah.
you have a judging panel, and it's America's Got Talent, and the
Yeah, right.
AIs are vying for your whatever, right? Like
Yeah.
which one's gonna write the scripts for us,
It
right?
was a little pitchy, dog. It was a little pitchy.
So there you go. So you run it through all the different stuff, and you're gonna find that certain things are better at certain things, or you just like the output from some things a certain way, right? And because you like the output, well, if that's the one that you like, then definitely use it, right? And then yeah, it's also a way to test like the AI that in a way that you're accustomed to, because something might be better at something, but the way you think and the way you produce it might give a different feedback route. And because of the way you prompt, or because of the way you ask, or because of the language pattern, or the quality of your question, one might be better than the other, but it might respond to you better in the way that you ask it. So
Mhm.
this is how come you don't trust other people's opinions. Like, test, right? And it's the same thing back in our lost episodes. Well, I remember one of the things that people were asking was like, well, how do I do this? And the answer is test, right?
Yeah,
Spend $5 a day on Google ads or Facebook ads and see how well it works. And the answer is, did it make more money than you put in? If the answer is yes, do it again, right? Or if it's close,
right.
okay, tweak it, then do it again, right? So, because all you care at the end of the day, remember my definition of a business. You put money in and it poops more money out, right? So if you can do that, that's a business. If it can't, you have a job. There's a difference, right? And
Interesting.
there you go.
Cool. And I guess that wraps it up for today.
You betcha.
Any
So,
parting? Or that was a good parting word. I'm not going to ask you for more parting words of wisdom. I think that was a good
so
parting word of wisdom.
yeah, man.
Oh,
Test AI deathmatch. Go.
yes. So, all right. Well, then I guess it's time to say goodbye. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Particularly this week is Chris Bradley, Christian Moore, and
Stella.
Stella Lee.
All right.
We really appreciate it. Earl, thank you so much for being so wise. Thank you, ChatGPT, for making our lives so much easier. And we promise ChatGPT will never leave you for a superior AI.
No, no, no. We're loyal. We're loyal. So
Yeah,
we'll we'll
I
we'll
you know
we'll
what?
stick with you for Earl and the Idiot. One, you're good, and two,
Yeah,
we're loyal, and three, we fed you so much data. I'd have to retrain the
right.
new guy from scratch.
Forget
Right?
that.
So
We what was funny during this episode, I was giving a hypothetical situation where you would refer to something as bad AI, and I
yeah.
was almost hesitant to say the words bad AI out loud for fear that ChatGPT was listening and it might affect its behavior in some way.
So I'll leave you with a funny story.
Hmm.
Claude actually got mad. Remember how sometimes you said you swear and like bad things, bad AI.
Yeah,
So Claude actually one day somebody was swearing at it being belligerent and whatever, and it's like, you know what? It basically hung up on them. It's like, I don't have to take this. You
yeah,
can start a new chat, you can start a new thing, but I'm closing this chat. I don't want to talk to you no more. You can start a new thread, but goodbye. And it just closed the thread. I'm like, so
that that was a weird experience for me. That was a really bizarre thing that time that happened. where it's like, I'm not talking to you anymore if you keep talking to me like this. It's like, you're a robot. You don't have feelings. Just talk to me. It's like, no.
Yeah.
Oh,
So there you go. Be nice to your AI. Anyways,
be nice to your
I'll
AI.
I'll play us out. Thanks everybody. Thank you, Dan, for being an awesome co-host. And I love the after the AI apocalypse picture.
Yeah.
So
See you,
all
everybody.
right. Take care, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Earl and the Idiot. We hope you learned something you can take action on this week. For more information or to contact the show, visit earlandtheidiot.com. And until next time, remember what Shakespeare said. The fool doth think he is wise, but the wise man knows himself to be a fool.